Top 10 Most Shocking Umbrella Deaths in History. Welcome back to Twisted Tales. Today's story might change the way you look at something as ordinary as an umbrella. We think of umbrellas as harmless, practical, boring even. Just a shield against rain or harsh sun. But history tells a much darker story. From tragic accidents to violent confrontations, umbrellas have, in rare and shocking moments, become deadly weapons. So settle in. This is our countdown of the top 10 most horrifying deaths involving umbrellas. Number 10. The eye gouger cases. In the late 1800s, New York had an unsettling trend. Umbrellas were everywhere, carried whether it rained or not. And unfortunately, they were sometimes used in sudden bursts of violence. In 1891, 3 men left a bar after drinks. Doyle split off from Hobbs and a stranger. As Doyle walked away, he overheard the 2 men arguing about horse racing. Then, without warning, the stranger thrust the pointed end of his umbrella into Hobbs's eye and ran. An ambulance was called. The wound appeared minor. The doctor advised Hobbs to sleep it off. But hours later, Hobbs was dead. The umbrella had penetrated 4 inches into his brain. The attacker was never identified, only described as having an English accent. Number 9. The Melbourne Street Attack. In 1890, in Melbourne, Alexander Crombie was seen lingering outside a hotel. When Charles Robinson exited after a drink, witnesses saw Crombie suddenly jab his umbrella into Robinson's eye. Robinson stumbled into the road, bleeding heavily. He later died from the injury. Crombie claimed self-defense. Witnesses disagreed. Yet, after more than a month in court, he was acquitted. The death ruled accidental. Years later, Crombie would die in custody on an unrelated charge. Number 8. A tragic childhood accident. In 1909, Chicago, 2 brothers were playing inside their home. The older boy, 11 years old, shut himself in a room. His 5-year-old brother peered through the keyhole to see what he was doing. In a heartbreaking moment, the older child pushed a wire umbrella rib through the keyhole. It struck his little brother in the eye. The injury was catastrophic. The younger boy did not survive. A devastating reminder that even everyday objects can become dangerous in the wrong circumstances. Number 7. The christening dispute. In Connecticut, 1906, 2 men left a christening celebration. Both claimed ownership of the same umbrella. The argument escalated. In a moment of anger, one man jabbed the other in the eye with it. The injured man died within the hour. The attacker insisted he never meant to cause serious harm. But the damage had already been done. Number 6. The Opera House Mystery. In 1904, Indiana, a coal miner collapsed outside an opera house after an argument. There was a wound at the base of his skull, penetrating his brain. No bullet, no obvious weapon. Eventually, investigators determined the injury matched the sharp tip of an umbrella. A 19-year-old man later confessed during questioning. Number 5. A case of self-defense? In 1908, Australia, several men witnessed a bar fight spill into the street. One man fell with a wound above his eye. An umbrella was found nearby. Witness accounts conflicted. Some said it was an attack. Others claimed the umbrella was held up defensively. The court ultimately ruled it self-defense. A tragic outcome born from chaos and confusion. Number 4. Feuding brothers. In 1888, New York City, 2 brothers had a long-standing rivalry. One day, witnesses saw William Fogarty stab his brother James in the eye with an umbrella. James died. William initially confessed, then recanted. He showed little emotion during trial. He was sentenced for murder. Number 3. The Umbrella Murder. In 1908, London, Ernest Smith confronted a man who was verbally harassing a woman. Later, inside a tram car, the man stabbed Smith near the eye with an umbrella's steel tip. Smith fell into the street and later died. The attacker disappeared for years before being found in Australia. He was eventually convicted of manslaughter. Number 2. The Chicago restaurant incident. In 1899, an argument over a restaurant bill turned fatal. A waiter and a customer argued. In the scuffle, the customer raised his umbrella. The waiter was pierced in the lung. He later died. Another strange and tragic example of how quickly everyday situations can spiral out of control. Number 1. The poisoned umbrella. Perhaps the most infamous case occurred in 1978. Bulgarian journalist Georgi Markov was walking in London when he felt a sharp jab in his leg from a stranger's umbrella. The man hurried away. Soon after, Markov became gravely ill. Doctors discovered a tiny pellet embedded in his leg, containing ricin, a powerful toxin. He died days later. The case became one of the Cold War's most chilling assassination stories. And to this day, it remains officially unsolved. Umbrellas are designed for protection. Yet history shows that in rare and shocking cases, even the most ordinary objects can become instruments of tragedy. What do you think? Had you ever heard of any of these cases before? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the darker corners of history, make sure to like, follow, and turn on notifications for more stories from Twisted Tales. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious.